sync? Is it recording on the same thing? Do you need to clap?
We're good.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Afro Nick Show.
Okay.
I am here with my bitch host, Matthew Holcuck.
I guess
He's
I guess
a
that's
cuck.
deserved.
He's been deserving that, and there's been something that's been on my mind that I brought up to Matt earlier that I wanted to discuss with him that I'm going to bring up first. So, in the Pokemon universe...
Oh, okay.
They're-
I thought you
they're-
were going to talk about tips.
No. This is later. In the Pokemon universe,
Mm-hmm.
there's graveyards, which means Pokemon do, in fact, die.
Mm-hmm.
They literally eat meat in the show, and you know there's no other animals than Pokemon, which confirms that if it was PG-13 or R, it would show them literally butchering and like farming the Pokemon to eat them. With that being said, what are the best and worst tasting Pokemon? Realistically, you can't eat Onix because he's made of rocks, even though you do eat Jolly Ranchers. You literally chew on Jolly Ranchers.
I literally pop them like candy.
That being said, what is the best and worst tasting Pokemon in your opinion?
All right, from least to best. Number one.
Go ahead and go through like all 800 and make a tier list. And also, I want to say what kind of
just the podcast.
what kind of
this
what
is
kind
the
of
whole podcast.
what kind
it's
of-
just me going through everyone.
I want to know which one you think tastes the worst and best, and kind of go into
Well,
the
obviously,
kind of dish you would make with that Pokemon, how you would cook it.
obviously, number one best is that fucking cow Pokemon. You know the
Miltank?
cow? Yeah,
Miltank.
Miltank.
He looks really fatty to me.
Nice fatty. Good. Got it. Good. If you get a nice slice of that, it's got to have some good marbling.
It would be good for like a fatty steak.
No,
I would
even
say.
not even just a fatty steak. Even if you get it from muscle
Like a
muscle
burger.
part.
I would
Get some good marbling.
Tauros, the big strong bison.
Tauros.
I would think that he tastes amazing.
Nah, no. The fat cow tastes way better. Fat.
It definitely
equals good.
tastes better. But
Fat
if you're trying
equals
to like
tastes
bulk
good.
up, get lean meat,
I'm not
Tauros
talking
is
about.
the way to go.
I'm talking about getting good food
Okay,
out of this Pokemon.
now what is? Okay, there's also like this one in the new ones called Vanillish, and he's literally like
An ice cream cone.
he's like an ice
yes,
cream cone.
yes.
Do you eat him? Do you chomp him like Joe Biden chomps his ice cream?
What are you talking about? I bite all my ice cream.
You bite your ice cream.
I bite all my ice cream. Ask Tasha. She calls me a psychopath every time.
Yeah,
If I get like one of those like freezer pops or something, everyone
No,
is a
that's-
bite.
no, that's-
Everyone
okay.
is a bite.
I'm gonna go ahead and say ice cream is the soft, nice stuff. Popsicles don't count as ice cream. When I'm saying
Okay.
ice cream, you bite your ice cream. It is the nice, soft serve.
Yeah.
You're biting it. You're biting it.
I bite everything. My chompers are freaking. It's my only superpower. It's
But
my
why do you
freaking
need to bite
chompers.
it?
What?
So you don't have any like your teeth aren't sensitive.
No, my teeth are sensitive. That's my superpower. They're always sensitive. I don't care.
You don't care that
Okay,
it hurts.
Actually,
when you do
no,
it.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when they get sensitive, when I've done this since I was a kid, I'm like, well, what do they do when they fill your cavities? They fill it.
Right.
So
Okay.
when it's sensitive, I'm like, oh, that might be a cavity. So I would chew specifically targeting that side to fill it with shit I'm eating.
That sounds like the worst thing you can do for yourself.
But
Yo,
it's
I've
trained,
got a hole here. I'm gonna fill that with
it's,
Pop Tart
it's,
right now.
it's trained my teeth to be super sensitive. And I feel like I salivate a lot, and it coats. They say saliva coats your teeth in a protective layer of like shit, right? So I
Yeah.
can chomp. I don't know if I've seen this. I might put the video here. I literally took a video of me on TikTok just popping Jolly Ranchers and just chomping them. I just go.
That makes me so
You know
uncomfortable.
what? Cut right here. I'm gonna show you. It's very uncomfortable.
You don't even let it get soluble first. I can hear it breaking.
Yeah. And I said the comment says I can't be the only one who chews Jolly Ranchers.
That's
my
absolutely
that's
disgusting.
my hidden talent.
Okay, so let's talk about
My hidden talent is being able to chomp literally anything.
Okay, so we get it.
I bite my ice cream, Jolly Ranchers.
Matt.
Yeah.
Let's get serious.
My ice. Do you chew on
Let's get
ice?
serious.
Okay.
I chew on ice after it's done. Yeah. Apparently, they say that makes you a snaggletooth bitch too.
Really?
Like,
Well, I
later
do
in
have a
life.
snaggletooth.
Yeah, but anyway, so about the Pichu and Raichu situation, those kind of electric mice, it's not unheard of to hear of southern folk eating rats.
Squirrels and rats and
Okay,
stuff.
but does a Pikachu, when it zaps all the time, is it pre-cooking its meat or is it completely immune to that? It must be immune, right? But then look at Pichu. A Pichu would definitely taste different than a Pikachu and a Raichu.
No, you know what? You know Pikachu, the two dots on its cheek?
Yeah.
That's to funnel the electricity, so it doesn't cook its own meat.
It's like a conduit right
Yes, yes.
there? Okay, that's pretty cool. But okay,
I think
but a Pichu. Does a Pichu come, like, as it is, medium rare?
a Pichu?
Yeah.
Is that the
Because he
is that the
hurts,
small Pikachu?
he hurts himself in Smash.
He does hurt himself in Smash, but I just farted.
Cool. Cut. Edit that out. Put a Yoda over it or something.
um, what do you ask? Oh, Pichu.
Does Pichu come medium rare?
You know how they treat calves and stuff. Like if you want to get a nice Wagyu beef, they literally kill a cow. So they take a calf, a baby cow, and they suspend it in air so it never uses its muscles for it until it gets like 1 year old, and then they kill it.
The whole time it's alive?
Yeah.
They suspend it? Well, that sounds
They suspend
like
it in
torture.
air so it doesn't use any of its muscles. So it just has that nice baby fat and muscle.
Is this true?
It is 100%
This is
true.
fucked up. Why didn't Upton Sinclair talk about this?
I don't know who Upton Sinclair.
You know who Upton Kinsale is? Don't lie to me. He exposed the Chicago meat industry.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little bit tipsy. Upton Sinclair.
You know
I
who
don't
Upton
know who that is.
Kinsale is?
Is that the person who wrote that book about the person who fell into the meat
The
grinder?
Jungle. The Jungle.
That's
he
the
went
guy?
He went undercover in the meat industry.
Dude, I
and
actually
reported it.
no.
He was
You know
a
what's
whistleblower.
you know what's crazy?
What?
That guy. He actually says, an amazing quote. I actually just learned this recently. He said because he was really upset that the meaning that people derived from that book, The Jungle, was that animal cruelty, right? That's the thing
No,
that
that's
everyone.
not what it's about at all. It's about unsanitary meat conditions.
No, that's not what it's about either. He said what he wanted to get across to everyone was to pay the workers more for their hard labor.
That was the whole point in the
That
first
was
place.
the whole point.
And then this other thing became a big
yes,
deal.
and then he went to his grave, and on his deathbed he said, "I aimed for the people's hearts or I aimed for." Fuck.
This is a good quote. I know the quote you're
You
talking
know what I'm
about,
saying?
but I don't know what
he said,
it is.
He said,
I
"I
remember
aimed for the population's heart and hit its brain or something." Give me a sec. I'm gonna cut. I actually have the. Okay, here it is, and we're back. Upton Sinclair said, "I aimed at the public's heart, and by accident, I hit it in its stomach." On his 1906 novel, The Jungle, he wanted to make sure. Because the whole point of that was that these people were working in tough conditions, and he thought that they should be paid more for the conditions they were working in. But everyone blew it up into this thing like, oh, the meat industry's
You
fucked
realize,
up and
like,
stuff.
They're on an assembly line with all the fucking pigs and meat cuts
Yeah.
coming through, and there's fuckers shitting and pissing in the corner.
Mhm.
Like there's no toilet.
Mhm.
And I guess it was about the human condition, but it was really disgusting, the kind of shit that would get in the meat vats.
He only wanted people to make more money for doing that job because the job sucks. But people
Okay.
turned it into this thing where it's like, you know,
You're getting a little too academic for me. How do you think a Magikarp tastes?
oh, that's some prime
He only
sushi.
knows
That's
Flash.
no,
He's
that's
really stupid.
That's
He has to be
prime
fatty.
sushi material.
Is that what you would like what kind of fish in real life do you think you would equate
Prime
to if you eat him?
sushi. Easily a nice tuna.
Okay.
Or no, maybe a
when
carp.
he evolves,
He's literally a carp. He's magic
when
carp.
He evolves,
he's a carp
flying.
tuna.
Carp are like shitty little gay fish.
Yeah, true.
You can still eat them. But he
Maybe
evolves,
a cod.
He evolves
Ooh,
into like
maybe a nice slice of
dragon,
cod.
a dragon flying whatever Gyarados. I don't know what type he is, but he's a big flying homie monster.
Yeah.
So
No, that takes no. You don't eat Gyarados. He's gamey. That's gamey meat.
people like gamey meat.
No one likes gamey meat. People who say they like gamey meat haven't tried real meat.
By real meat, do you mean just farm raised?
No, I mean like Like if you go to a restaurant, if you go to any restaurant that's worth a damn, they will never have gamey meat on their menu. They'll never have squirrel. They'll never have deer. They'll never have venison.
People, like, one of the main complaints of catfish is that it is too gamey.
Yeah.
And they'll do different things to take the game out of the meat before they cook it.
Why
like
don't you just
soaking it in water.
Why don't you just get something that's actually just not gamey?
Well, it's got a different taste.
People are like, oh my god, this is so
Ungamey
gamey.
catfish is delicious. Gamey catfish tastes like dog shit. Go to
Yeah,
Long John
true.
Silver's. Their catfish tastes like game.
Yeah.
It tastes like wild ass catfish, and
It
it's
tastes
disgusting.
like wild. But that's up some people's. I mean,
At Long John Silver's, prove me wrong. Sponsor me and
wait, Long John Silver.
Do we even have one here anymore?
No, I think the one went out of business. But you know what? You know what about fish is that when you can smell the fish cooking from the back of the restaurant, it means it's not fresh.
Is that true?
Yeah. You shouldn't
sat
be able
there-
to.
I got an electric knife to like clean my own fish, and I still haven't used it. Last time I cleaned fish, I just put it in the freezer for 2 years, and I never ate it because I didn't get enough to actually make a meal for everyone. I do enjoy fishing. Matt, you don't know this. I don't think you know this about me,
Mm-hmm.
but I do go fishing like once a month, probably.
Really?
Really.
What have
And
you
I
caught?
think we should go together. Where I am able to go, it's basically like bass and bluegill stuff. They have gar. Do you know what gar is? Like,
Yeah.
they are massive.
Yeah, I got
They are
gar.
huge. But I like trout. I like trout the best. I love catching
I don't
trout.
have a fishing
You have to go
license.
to Missouri
I don't
to
have
get
a
that.
fishing license though.
It costs maybe like $45 for a year.
Really?
Yeah. Actually, we need to go fishing together because it's a very manly bonding experience because you're going to get all the blood and guts all over you when you're dehooking the fish and deciding to throw it back or put it in the cage where it's going to be imprisoned for about the last 60 seconds of its life while it's freaking the fuck out. And then that adds a lot of flavor to the fish.
How about we? I mean, I'm all about putting things in cages. How about we just go to the Texas border?
I'm all about putting things in cages. How about we just go to the border?
The border.
Let's just go to the border, and I bet you those kids taste about as good as a trout.
Yeah. Like Kamala Harris. Hey guys, are we following COVID protocol in here? She's stepping over the bodies of like kids. She's stepping over the bodies of kids, literally wrapped in tinfoil. Hello guys. You know how she laughs?
Yeah.
Are we following masks up? Masks up. The kids are literally separated
Okay.
from.
I'm almost done. I'm almost
That was
done.
kind of I took a kind of a political
still-
tangent, but it was funny.
I'm still on Pokemon.
Okay.
This is the last thing I'm going to discuss. So let's go this route. You have a squirt. Okay, so you're choosing your starter, but it's on Hell's Kitchen.
Okay.
Your starter is
I love that show.
Charmander, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur is the last one there.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think you could cook with these different Pokemon?
Squirtle.
Okay, you chose him very fast. What would
Yeah.
you cook with Squirtle?
Squirtle.
He's a turtle.
You can make an excellent soup, and then you can serve it in its shell.
Okay.
Super cool. That's like anytime you get served something in a shell, it just makes it.
It's
like,
authentic and
that's
real.
what-
It's gritty. It's cool.
That's why people like
I think- but
clams.
I
That's
think
why
it-
people like
I think
clams.
it takes a certain type of person to enjoy that, though.
Really?
Well, yeah, like you have to.
Like
I've seen
clams,
on-
lobster. They
Have you
serve
watched-
it a big old lobster on a bed of freaking lettuce or some shit. That's freaking.
Have
it's
you watched
raw.
Uncharted? Gordon Ramsay's Uncharted.
No.
There's this. He basically goes to different places and they tell Gordon Ramsay's cooking like shit because it's not the kind of flavor they like.
Mm.
But a thing they do is they'll go up in the trees and get a net and catch a bunch of ants to simulate a citrusy taste because they don't have lemons and limes. So they will get ants and literally sprinkle ants all over it. And apparently they're acidic and taste like a lemon or lime.
Oof.
Yeah, so like they do that kind of thing. But that like authentic, like gritty, real stuff.
Dude, that just unlocked a memory.
Did you eat ants?
No, my dad. I remember my dad coming home from a business trip from Mexico. And he said he ate ants. But as I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, why are you in Mexico? What business are you doing in Mexico? I don't know what my dad does.
I
don't
think
know
your
where-
dad literally goes there and will do terrorist attacks to make a reason for us to invade them to get their oil. He's an oil man, correct?
My dad has oil money.
Yeah.
Not old money, not old oil money, but he has new oil money. He has post BP in the Gulf money.
I think Ivysaur would, when you cut him up.
Which is the best thing that happened to BP.
I don't think Ivysaur.
Did
I
you
don't-
know
I
anything
don't
about
think
BP before they took a shit in the Gulf?
Bulbasaur. Okay, Matt. I think Bulbasaur. I think Bulbasaur's got like a spinachy vibe. Am I wrong about that?
You would think
Like
that
he has
his,
to have muscle, but he's a plant. Can you take the back of him and you farm Bulbasaur? And if you cut the
He
back of a
definitely-
Bulbasaur, like the big thing off, if you cut it off, does he regenerate it?
No, he's oniony as fuck, bro.
You think he's onion?
He's onioned out.
I think you have to eat him when they're young, because if you let him get into Venusaur territory, I think that is just like he tastes like bark, like tree bark.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's why.
I think you could pour some ranch on Bulbasaur's back, and it would taste amazing.
Dude,
Even raw. Just run it under some water, clean it. I
that's
think
not
he
good
tastes
food
delicious.
though. That's not good food though. You can't just say.
But it's
like,
a good salad. No, spinach is like a
Dude,
superfood.
no,
I'm saying
stop,
Bulbasaur is a
stop.
superfood.
I'm gonna have to stop you here, dude. When you go to when you go to Thanksgiving dinner and your aunt brings home she's like, "Oh, I brought the salad," and she gives you like 3 leaves of lettuce held together by clumps of ranch, and she's like, "Oh my god, my recipe's so good."
I don't know that. No.
No, you don't know
No,
that?
I have a different
Well,
family than you.
okay. Well,
You're describing a very personal experience.
No. I know people have felt this, and it's just like even if you've seen this at like, the Golden Corral, someone's like, they'll scoop maybe 5 lettuce leaves and then a big dollop of
I'm not
ranch.
into that.
I'm not
a
into
very
that.
small ranch ratio.
Dude, I'm
Or
not. I'm
Italian or no seasoning.
dude. I'm Caesar. Caesar is as creamy as I'll go. I don't like ranch on my dress as a dressing. Italian or Caesar. Caesar, I like the cheesiness.
Now,
the
what about-
cheesy,
what about if
there's
you take-
nothing there's nothing that ranch brings to the table that Caesar doesn't bring better.
Caesar himself. Now, is
Caesar
Caesar salad actually named after the man that did have sex with Cleopatra?
No, it's named after an actual guy in like 1950s who's just named Caesar. I'm not even kidding.
some
He's
random
like
dude.
some Italian who's named
Wow.
Caesar. I'm not even
I
kidding.
never
It's not
thought
named
about
after
that. Okay,
Caesar.
so you know
but
what
they
you-
put Caesar on all the advertisement for some reason.
If you take
So he got gypped.
an Asian zing wing from Matt, did
Buffalo
you eat
Wild
those?
Wings. I still have your wings in Tasha's car.
They are disgusting by now.
They might
Why
be.
are they in
They
her-
might be rancid.
You didn't even bring them in and put it in your fucking fridge. Are you serious? Can you cut the podcast while I disown you as a friend? You know how upset I was about that.
Dude, I told you I'd buy you new ones. I told you
Why
I'd buy
didn't
you
you
new
just put them in, if I don't care if you worked 1 shift. I don't care if you worked 2 shifts and you put them in the fridge. But now it's been long enough.
No, I think they might be in the fridge at Home Depot. Are you done? Are you done talking to me?
Fuck. Are you fucking serious?
It's
Not that
15
bad.
wings.
Here,
I'll buy.
I tipped that guy $10. I paid $15 to just eat celery and ranch because I wasn't feeling good. And I wanted them for later. I literally asked you to put them in your fridge and you said, "Yeah, I'll do it."
Dude,
Okay, this is off topic, Matt. Okay, so
I'll buy you new wings.
you take a buffalo wing, specifically Asian zing because it's the best sauce from
It
B-dubs.
is the best sauce at B-dubs. If you have anything else, go mango habanero.
Okay, but anyway.
It's not as sweet as it sounds.
And you just completely absolutely douse the fucking wing in
Mhm.
ranch. I
Yeah.
think that's a really candy good flavor. Like if you put
Oh my
that
god,
in ranch.
Asian Sing, it's so
No, but
sweet
put that in
and good.
ranch. How do you feel about that with ranch?
Oh. The only things you should be mixing with ranch is sriracha sauce, sriracha ranch, or cayenne ranch.
Is there a chicken Pokemon? I'm sure there is.
What are you talking about? Of course there's a chicken Pokemon. The starter
Torchic,
Pokemon.
Torchic.
Yeah, starter Pokemon.
Oh my god,
Torchic.
Asian Zing Torchic is the shit.
Oh my god. And he's already fiery, so he's got an extra
He's
kick
spicy.
to him.
He comes with like a hint of buffalo already in him because
Maybe.
he's on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like high tier shit. That's the type of stuff Buffalo Wild Wings will name their thing after Torchic, but they won't be able to afford Torchic. meat.
Torchic is expensive.
Torchic's
Torchic is actually a
expensive,
commodity
bro.
because
It's a
we have
commodity.
Torchic now, and people actually view them as people, and so the whole time you're battling with like morality, you know, just like regular chicks here.
The evolved form of Torchic literally looks like a guy, like just a dude who's
Blaziken,
fighting. Yeah,
it's like a bipedal humanoid.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you eating that thing is
What's the
fun.
middle one?
No one cares.
Combuskin?
Yeah,
Huh.
no one cares.
Something
Yeah,
like that. No one cares.
combustion.
He
or
still looks
something.
like a chicken. If you are a cannibal, but you also like chicken, I think that middle evolution is where you ought to sit.
The thing is that I don't understand. In
But
the
they're
Pokemon,
sentient.
in
Is
the
that
Pokemon,
okay?
in the Pokemon universe, dude, are there people who are like staunch vegans who like riot
There has
and
to be.
and they're like they riot about, oh, save the Pokemon's lives. We're stop eating meat. The Pokemons have feelings too.
I'm also trying to think about the level of Torchic. I would literally stomp a Torchic's head in and put him on the grill. A Blaziken, I would talk to him person to person.
You
The-
sit him
the-
down
the-
and you say, "Can you have a seat?
The in
We
between.
have to talk about something."
The in between evolution.
And you might not like that.
It's like a
No,
chicken.
the thing is,
No,
the
Matt.
thing is, a Blaziken could beat your ass.
Yeah, no, he'd kill me. But
Well,
the
I don't
in
know
between,
why. I don't know why.
he's got
Pokemon,
like one of those mega evolutions too.
I don't
Have
know
you
why
seen that shit?
Pokemon aren't the apex predator of the whole world.
How
do
come
they-
I can catch you in a ball and make you fight and do anything?
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Fucking eruption fire
Yeah,
blast
you
your ass?
literally
No.
have quick attack, and I have like runaway. That's my one ability.
Yeah, I can try to punch you, but it's not even gonna take away 1 HP because you're literally.
quick-witted banter.
Okay, but
That's all I
middle
have.
the middle evolution. You know what he looks like? He's like that orange yellow looking fucker.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
He's like half chicken, but he's half human. So I think he's like a human with chicken tendencies.
Chicken tenders.
Chicken tendencies.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a really bad right there, because the whole thing is like a lot of Pokemon are sentient.
Which
Right?
Pokemon would you fuck?
Gardevoir.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basic though. That's like.
Jinx. Jinx had like the whole
Jinx
controversy.
if you're into black ladies.
Yeah. Gardevoir. I would. Lopunny.
I don't know
Isn't
who that
that
is.
the big bunny one with like she's brown and she
Oh,
got big
yes.
old. She's got literally big old milkers and she's a Pokemon.
Dude, you want to talk about milkers? What were we talking about? The freaking
Milk tank.
milk tank. That's a milk tank.
Okay, so
She
anyway,
literally has udders.
Matt, we need to wrap up this Pokemon bit, so I'm just gonna finish with this.
Okay.
What is the? We didn't even talk about the worst Pokemon you could eat that's still edible.
It's easily
I want to say Oddish because he
No.
looks like a little blueberry radish thing. He's disgusting.
no.
Like,
he's
you
a
could
good,
eat this
no,
thing and
no,
not get
he's
sick.
100% an excellent garnish. Oddish is a garnish.
Oddish, ish, garnish.
Garnish, oddish. You shave that bitch on top of a freaking.
It freaks me out talking about Pokemon like this because I was just thinking about you taking an Oddish and rubbing a cheese grater against it.
You
and it's
shave him.
screaming.
You shave him over like a ramen. That stuff probably smacks. No,
Okay.
but what is that? No, what is? Remember Brock's from like second season? Brock's Pokemon,
Sudowoodo.
the tree dude.
That's Sudowoodo.
That sucks.
He's like the brown guy with little
yes,
green.
yes.
Yeah.
That is probably the
But he
worst
tastes
one.
like bark. He's supposed to be a tree, right?
I guess.
He's literally like you have to get a thing in one of the
Wobbuffet,
games.
Wobbuffet,
You have to-
Wobbuffet. What does Wobbuffet taste like? Water. What do you not order at a restaurant? Water.
I order water.
Well, I order water because I'm cheap, but I wouldn't want for
I feel like
order
ordering
lemonade.
ordering Wobbuffet is the same as getting a salad of only iceberg lettuce.
Yeah.
You get the same amount of value.
Like
Or
no,
it's
no,
like
you-
it's like
you-
ordering celery, but
What
you
even is
did get
Wobbuffet?
wings for protein. But then your friend leaves them in his car and they go rotten. That's kind of what.
That's a Wobbuffet moment.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah.
That's a certified Wobbuffet moment. All right.
Okay, I think we've extended this bit as long as we can, but it's really not a bit because I would literally love to talk about all like million Pokemon that there are and how they would taste.
The thing is, I have.
Can we make a podcast and each one we review a different Pokemon? We have a different. It could be our sub podcast. Every sub podcast we talk about a different Pokemon dish we've thought of.
Dude, this is like a branch of like area that I'm like, I don't know any Pokemon names. I know what they look like and I can tell you, describe them, and then you give me the name of them. Like the little dude who's just a nose, like the rock nose.
Oh, what the fuck is that guy's name?
You
He's
know
like,
that
he's
one?
like the big pink purple
He's
nose.
just
and
the
his evolution
nose.
is like he's got a nose, but then he has a mustache now.
He's a Jew.
He's a Jew.
And he's
What is that guy's
He's
name?
literally a gem.
Literally, what is his name? I know exactly what
he
you're talking
literally
about.
farms for gems, and he has a huge nose. They are so racist over there in wherever, Japan, China. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, no, I know
It's
exactly.
like
what you're talking
Rockix
about.
or something.
What is his name? Okay, anyway, that's it. Anybody listening, if you're watching to this on YouTube,
Who knows what? I don't even know if they know what Pokemon.
I
might have to edit every Pokemon we just said.
I know we don't have
over
that
this.
big of a reach, but if anybody listening and watching actually is into Pokemon, please comment and say what do you think would
Is
be
the most fuckable Pokemon.
Like literally just talk about like the best Pokemon to eat and what you would make it with. Like mac and cheese with hot dogs. That's like such a trashy food.
No.
What is there a pig? There's a oinker with a spring on him?
Don't.
Do you know the oinky spring, dude?
Did you just say mac and cheese with
I am
hot
trying
dogs?
to talk about white trash food.
No,
That's
we're
right.
talking about best food to eat with it. I'm thinking
You can make
this
best
comes out.
white trash food tier.
No. I'm saying they bring it out on a silver platter, and they open the thing and they say, "Sir, course 1 is here. You've got your Squirtle with the side of
You've got your Squirtle still in the shell
it's pureed over pureed beetle juice or
with an
something.
oddish garnish.
With an oddish garnish, and then they serve it to you, and you're like, "Oh, dig in," and with a squeeze of Gyarados slime or something, right?
Gyarados slime. This is Gyarados nut.
This
It is so good. It is the best salad seasoning.
Dude,
We
you
don't
know horse
Pokemon,
semen
Pokemon,
is the what?
Pokemon mate.
They can.
You never
I know.
see it in the daycare. You go back and they're like, hey, they had an egg. How'd they have an egg? Pokemon fuck.
Yeah, I know.
Pokemon literally fuck.
I know. I've seen a lot of videos.
If Pokemon, like, Ditto, okay, listen. What would you do if one day you're fucking your girl? You know Ditto, Matt?
Ditto.
It's like known as like the thing that you can put in the daycare and it'll just
Yes.
like any baby you want.
No. Ditto can take the form of anything you want.
Yeah, exactly.
You could literally
You
have
can
a
breed it with anything.
relationship with a Ditto.
What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and Natasha was a Ditto? The whole time. But that means she had to copy someone, so there is a real Natasha out there.
Can you turn into an ATM?
An ATM? I don't know what you're on
Can
about.
Ditto print Ditto cash?
This is what you're on. Dude, why doesn't anyone that have a Ditto just make them print fucking Pokemon money?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
The system is broken.
Can Ditto print Ditto cash?
When Ditto un-ATMs, do all of his baby money constituents also turn back into slime?
I don't know, but you hand over the money. Hey, 24 hours from now, hey Ditto, you don't have to. That money's not mine anymore. I paid for it. Just unslime it, and then they're going through. They're counting the money at the end of the shift. Slime.
Well, it's not my fault.
You just got slime.
I've already-
Nickelodeon.
I've already been credited for my Ditto money, so your slime is your problem.
Yeah, that's not my problem.
Good luck finding counterfeit Ditto money.
Yeah, for real. I just broke the system
You definitely just broke
with
the
my
system.
Jew brain. Not anti-Semitic.
I really want to move on, but I also really want to say I feel like we're missing something.
What? A good food?
No, well, you've talked about it. What-
Dragonite.
Give me some. Is that a Pokemon?
Yeah.
Is that the eel bitch?
No, Dragonite's the.
That's the dragon?
Yes,
You want to
the-
eat the dragon?
Yes.
A dragon is gamey as fuck.
No, I know, but it's so rare that I'm sure there's one part of that body that's not gamey. Maybe a bacon, maybe Dragonite bacon. Chop it up. Some brown sugar, caramelize that bitch.
Okay, so
Toast it in the
do
oven.
you realize if there's this,
Bust it out.
there's literally
Dragonite bacon.
there's literally Dragonite hunting where people go sit in their blinds on the top of Dragonite Mountain and they shoot Dragonites with a fucking like
Fully
338
loaded,
Winchester
yeah.
Magnum and kill it, and it sits there and bleeds out. This is not shown because the children's show is a children's show. But how the fuck do they end up with that meat? They have to literally execute these Pokemon. You don't wait and go walk up in a field and find a decaying dead Pokemon and eat it. That's full of disgusting shit.
They could just breed them, because they breed hella fast.
Yeah, but that means
Like 3
there is
hours
a point
in-game.
where they take this sentient Pokemon and they kill it and they eat it and they don't feel
Who
bad
says
about it.
sentient? Who said they're sentient?
Me? Have you seen any Pokemon ever? They literally talk to their owners. And
Yeah.
it's not like bark, bark, woof, woof. It's like, hey, I'm Mewtwo. I
Hey,
am literally sentient.
Well, Mewtwo's one of a kind.
He's like synthetic. No,
He's literally-
Lucario. He's a regular one that breeds and they're
That's
sentient.
true. That's true. You don't eat Lucario, bro. That's like
Eating a
that's like the
Lucario is
cow.
bad.
That's like the cow in India. You don't eat the Lucario, bro.
No. Yeah. And does Lucario taste better though?
No.
He's a commodity. He builds up that aura taste. Hey,
No.
aura.
No.
He builds up his aura, and
It's
It gets in the
100%.
meat.
It's a defense mechanism. You know how when you bite something that's like
Are you saying you bite his
defense-
meat and it repulses you out into the distance?
no, I'm saying it's like probably super bitter or gives you diarrhea or something
Aura?
yeah,
I think that shit would taste
to
good.
counteract you from like there's certain plants that when you bite it, it's bitter to keep you from eating it as a defense mechanism. You know?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, you move on from the Pokemon bit.
Yeah.
I think we're pretty far into it. We did a good job there.
I mean, we dissected almost every Pokemon.
We went through like 900 Pokemon.
we got a couple cuts.
We
There was
might
like-
we might come back to this later, not even in this podcast, maybe in another one, because this is I seriously think this is one of the most interesting topics in the world. Is
you
like,
live in a
how edible is Pokemon?
I want to
and
live in your world.
where
Whatever.
this is the
world-
most interesting thing I have going in my life.
I want to live in your orbit where there's the Pokemon conversation of what's the most edible is the most interesting thing happening.
It's not even the most. It's just so interesting.
It is very interesting, but it might not be the most interesting.
There's Monkey. I'm looking at your little Lego thing.
Mm-hmm.
There's Monkey Pokemon.
Yeah, the one with the tail,
There's a
with the
purple one.
arm.
He's
Yeah,
like
with the tail.
he's like a purple bitch.
The tail is like an arm.
I'm like you. I don't know their names, but I've seen them.
I can tell you
I
what
used
they
to
look
know
like.
their names. It's like I think it starts with a P. It's like purple monkey bitch.
PogChamp or something.
PogChamp. PogChamp the Pokemon.
Machop, dude. If you eat a Machop, you're
Machamp.
you're instantly exiled from.
Machamp.
You're exiled from humanity. That's cannibalism.
Now, how awkward would it be if you got him a choke and someone had to do the Heimlich on you because you got a piece of him stuck in your throat and his name is Machoke? They have literal MMA Pokemon and you're telling me like they're not all fully aware and sentient. This guy's name is Machoke. Like this homie knows jujitsu.
Yeah, no, that guy. No, that's what I'm saying. If you eat one of those, you'll be exiled from humanity. I mean, it's like
So it's just like our
cannibal.
animals. There's certain taboos.
It's like that's like
Do you
eating
think-
another human.
Do you think in different regions it's acceptable to eat different Pokemon than it is in the region you're native to? For example, we don't eat cats and dogs. China's like, cool, bro.
Cool, bro. They also eat bats.
Yeah, and they which is what started COVID. No lab leak.
No, definitely not. Guys, last podcast we may have said it was a lab leak.
No,
It
it's been confirmed now.
It has been-
Actually, it has been confirmed. Literally, a bat fucked a pangolin and made COVID.
Yeah, and
Their baby was
guys,
COVID.
I know 3 out of the 6 people that got
4 out of 6.
4 out of the 6 that got COVID never had contact with the black Wuhan.
The black
bat-
market.
the
The
black-
wet market.
The wet market.
The wet market. That's
It's
what
called a wet
It's
market.
called a wet market. You know why it's wet? They piss on it, and they spread COVID Chinese piss all over it. Did you see at the most recent meeting? At the most recent meeting in Alaska, they said America has problems with Black Lives Matter in politics, so we're not allowed to actually like say anything to them. And our world leaders literally just took it. When China literally throws cats and dogs off the tops of trucks in cages to break their legs before they skin them alive, and we let them tell us that BLM is a problem, and we didn't say anything about it, we took it, and it's taboo, and we're not allowed to talk about COVID, when they've literally killed like a metric shit ton of people, and they just talk to us like we're morally incorrect, and we did nothing about it because we are sucking China's dick right now. I'm not saying that's a problem. I just felt the need to get off the couch and onto the ground. And
No,
read
mad,
my-
mad respect. That was a Nick on the floor moment. You know when Nick gets on the floor, it's gonna go down.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty serious. We let them talk to us like bitches. We literally let China talk to us like bitches, and they're like, you guys have problems.
And that's why I fully support.
Where is it? It's in your head.
Going to spas.
Okay. Okay, I'm out.
Nick's gone. Ahmad Ali Alisa was
Sounds Asian-y.
identified as
Indians, Asian.
was identified as authorities
think of Asians
Tuesday
as
as the
like
gunman
Japanese.
who opened fire at the King Soopers grocery store in Colorado. That's the Colorado guy.
Oh, I thought the guy that wasn't white was the one that shot up.
No, the white one
the Asian
was the
one.
one who shot up the
no,
Asians.
that guy looked like a fucking billy goat.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's the white guy who shot up the Asians. But this guy's the guy who shot up the Colorado grocery store. People shopping at Walmart. Yeah.
Okay, everything
I
I just
also-
said, don't clip it.
I also
I
I also had it confused. But Nick, this just goes to show, like, we have become so desensitized to shootings. There's been 2 shootings, and I couldn't tell you the details of either of them. I just turned them into one shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy,
That's
Ali.
what I did in my head.
That's what I did in my head. I feel like the whole country has done that in their head, and at this point, it's like, I'm not to sound
talking about that one like
not
it
to
was the
sound
Asian
crass or anything. Hey, big ups to the family.
shooting. Big ups, my ninja.
Big ups to the families. I mean, I'm sorry. Big respect. I mean, I'm sorry for your loss.
Was this a crisis actor situation?
No. Okay.
These are crisis actors.
We can't even
They're
go
faking
down
it.
that
I
road.
literally
This will
watched a
get
video- I watched a
demonetized
video
instantly.
where this guy in Colorado said, like, I was about to get chips, and I didn't get chips, and if I got chips, I would have died because I was over there next to the guy.
Dude, what do you think? How good of an actor do you have to be a crisis actor?
How good of
And
an
why
actor
aren't
do
they
you need to
in
die?
movies?
I don't know. How come?
That's
they
like
have-
the open mic
A lot of people don't
for
know.
acting.
Do you remember Interstellar? You seen Interstellar?
Yeah.
Do you remember Matt Damon was the bad guy in that movie?
Yeah.
He tried to like hijack the shit
Uh-huh.
from
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey,
Mhm.
and Matthew McConaughey was like, "Hey Murph, I love you. Don't do whatever."
Yeah.
And Matt Damon, I don't think you know this. They actually flew out
Yeah.
way the fuck out of our solar system, and Matt Damon did actually die there.
Like, the dude.
Literally the actor Matt Damon did that so the acting would be better. When it
Oh,
just goes
they-
silent and it
it's
shows space and there's
method-
no sound.
It's method acting, and they flew into space, and the
it's like-
filming of that took
like-
18 years.
I saw this clip of a guy that had to go to a hospital scene to his dying wife to feel bad, and they kicked him in the balls first. And then he goes over to his wife, and he's like, "Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. I'm so sad." He's crying because he got
Dude.
kicked in the balls.
Dude.
Anyway, Matt Damon, they literally killed his family and then killed him, and that's why that scene is so powerful.
Method actors, I don't trust them.
Okay,
You want me to elaborate?
I was waiting for you to elaborate, but you can go on ahead.
Okay. I don't trust method actors because they can't do the job other people can normally. Okay?
Okay.
Listen, if you're going to act, someone pays you to act, they expect you to act, right? I may have already said this on a podcast, I don't even know. But if you have to do all this extra shit to act when someone else can do it without doing the extra shit, the freaky shit, the weird shit, why don't you just hire them? Because they can just do it better than you without all the mailing people condoms and, killing yourself after the role part. At Kirk, what was that guy's name?
The guy that
Keith.
plays Joker?
Yeah, Keith, whatever.
The shitty Joker.
No, the good Joker.
Heath Ledger?
Heath Ledger was such a good Joker.
I don't think that wasn't method acting, was it?
Yes, he method acted himself into the grave.
Yikes. And so did Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah, he was a method actor. He was a method and crisis actor.
The whole thing was
Said I had a dream.
The whole thing
He
was
was
a joke.
he was in a role,
Yeah.
and then he actually
And
was
they said we are going to film you getting assassinated, and he said, "Okay, that's how committed I am to the part."
This is how committed I am to the part. We are getting bombed by
Oh my god! Wait, what just came on? Who is-
it says it
who's-
wants to
who's Jeff Bezos?
start up update.
Why did Jeff Bezos just hit you up? Isn't that like the lead singer of a band or something?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Wait,
Martin Luther King was such a. Oh my God.
I just remembered. We put this under. Put that up last.
This was
time.
our last podcast. We put this symbol
That was the
underneath
shadow
our
people.
to
How
give us
ha-
good luck.
How has your luck been? Mine's been kind of shit, and I think it will affect us both differently, especially since you live with it.
Well, I completely forgot it was there.
Okay, but how have you felt in terms of karma and luck?
Karma, I don't believe in it.
Okay, well I'm not asking if you believe in it. I'm asking how's your luck been?
Luck has been. I don't really know what luck is. I mean,
Luck, I would say it's bad. You had to stay an hour and a half late for work, and so did I.
well, that was the only time I've ever done that.
Yeah, and it's the only time you've ever done that. It's the only time you've ever drawn that symbol and put it under your desk desk in the shadows.
And it's the only
Did
time
you
I've
forget
had to-
about that?
Yeah,
I literally just remembered that we put it under there and was reaching for it.
completely forgot about it. It's bullshit.
It's Matt.
The shadow people from last episode.
That's got to be real.
Oh, actually, I did feel the shadow people wake me up with a sick ass blowjob, a blowy.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I got some good luck, because I woke up and there was probably six or seven. There was probably like 6 or 7 dark, the shadow people entities, giving me the treatment, faux show. I lasted 5 seconds.
So you didn't go and get like sage and a cross and kill them all immediately because you didn't get your happy ending, right? Talking about the shadow people.
Yeah, the shadow people, they got me right to the edge and then they disappeared. And so I went
rough.
into my room. All right, we gotta go next. We just gotta move on.
Wait, I'm gonna take a pee break.
Okay, pee break.
Okay, so Matt.
Okay, what's the and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Afro Matt podcast.
Is this where you're
This is the ad read.
Are you gonna insert? Hey guys, please like the video. It helps me the most. Share it with a friend. I don't care if you like it.
Yo guys, what's up? Thanks for making it this far. This is like the halfway point. I'm just putting this in here. Thanks for listening thus far. And if you haven't already, drop a follow, drop a like. And honestly, most importantly of all, just share with a friend. Just say, yo, I've been listening to this podcast. So say you're at work, right? You're at work. Let's in this imaginary place. You're at work. You're doing your job. Someone's like, dude, what song are you listening to? You take out one of your earpods and you say, no, I'm not listening to a song right now. I'm listening to The Afro Matt Show with 3 T's. That is The Afro Matt Show with 3 T's, featuring Nick Mick Cuckold, right? And they're like, oh, what's that? It's really interesting. And it's like, and you're like, oh, it's a show about these 2 retards who don't care about their future. And then they're like, oh, that sounds really depressing. And you're like, yeah, I'll give it a listen. Here, I'll link it to you. And then you can just give them a link. Just press share and give them a link. Post on your social media. Look at these 2 idiots. Worth a try. You know. Anyways, guys, we're rounding about 50 listeners an episode, which is crazy, which is absolute crazy. Just that's spread across the YouTube and audio. So thank you, everyone who's listening. Let's get right back into the show.
Dude.
Now that I said that, you're going to sound like a bitch. Please still do it. Okay, anyway. So, as we were doing this, Matt and I actually went into the bathroom together and peed at the same time, and we were like...
We crossed streams.
But, yeah, we crossed streams, had a little lightsaber battle. But I noticed... as I was peeing, I had this kind of excretion. I was excreting.
Excreting?
I was excreting.
You jizzed into my toilet.
No.
Oh.
It's my STD is what I'm talking about.
Oh, you dripped.
No. I was excreting a waste product out of where?
So you shit and pissed at the same
time?
No,
excretion can still just be your piss. I was doing it out of a place on my body, which was what? Matt, I'm trying to get there. I need you to get there.
Your penis?
My penis. Where on my penis? Your urethra.
Your urethra.
What do you also call your urethra?
Your dick hole.
Go on.
Your penis hole. Your dick hole. Your urethra.
What's that part of it
your
called?
Shaft. Your
top,
dip. Your tip.
Top.
The tip.
The
tip.
tip.
The
tip.
tip.
The tip. All right, let's get into it. So, I work in a service where I get tipped a lot.
Okay.
And Matt doesn't like that I tip people.
You are a delivery driver.
I am.
Yes. And so you get tipped.
Oh, yeah.
You get tipped. And you make money off your tips. Some nights you do good. Some nights you do bad. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Tonight you did okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so Nick, to reciprocate this idea in his head that he's being tipped good, he tips other people good. It's like a pay it forward thing. Like, you know, let's equate it to sitting in a line at Starbucks and you're like, you know what? I've been having a good day. I'll pay for the person behind me, and we'll do a pay it forward chain, right? Now, this is where me and Nick differ, because he will keep the chain going. I will end the chain. I will end the chain and take the free drink and go. There's always got to be someone who ends the chain at a Starbucks.
I went and bought some ginger ale and whiskey, and I gave the guy $5. Go, Matt. At a liquor store, all he had to do was cashier me. He did not help me find anything. I gave him $5, and it made his night. How does that make you feel?
You didn't make his night.
He freaked the fuck out about it.
I guarantee you that guy went home and still considered suicide because he works at a liquor store for less than minimum wage. Probably. He's probably getting paid. He probably has, dude, that guy, you literally probably tipped a sex offender. How does that make you feel, Nick?
Okay, but so it's to my understanding
that guy's working in
when you get food delivered.
No, let's zoom this out. Let's zoom this way out. That guy is working in a place where they bar the windows. Are they keeping people out or are they keeping him in? Let's be honest.
Okay, but
let's just be completely honest here.
Anyway, here's my thing. I tip always very, very generously because I'm in that service and I understand it. Because if I don't get generous tips, I'm basically just working at a minimum wage job.
Yeah.
The fact that I make tips makes it to where I am not going to accept another job unless it's at least like $17 to $20 an hour full time.
Okay.
Because I just would not be making as much money.
Well, yeah. Okay. This is where I have to ask you. Okay, so if you're a nurse and you're like crying on Facebook, you're like, oh my God, there's been so many COVID patients. It's your job. Stop crying. Stop. If you're a teacher and you're like, oh my God, I have to get up at 6 a.m. and I work till 5 p.m. and I get my summers off. Shut the fuck up. Right?
Yeah, but
it's what you sign up for.
But without that, I would just be the same as you. And I'm not calling you out. Because you make money different ways. Like, you're into stocks and all that shit.
I don't... Yeah.
And
also, you work way harder than... I don't do anything.
I literally call you every time I'm working.
Yeah, no, you call me.
I'm just driving in my car.
The fact that I can pick up any time you call me, what does that mean? I'm not doing shit. Right? Let's zoom this out back to tipping, right, Nick? What is your average tip for a restaurant?
That I get?
No, that you give. So say you eat at a Buffalo Wild Wings. What's your average tip?
$10.
Okay. Now, guess my average tip.
5.
Lower.
3.
Lower.
That's fucked, bro.
Dude, Nick, I tip based on... Look, this is my philosophy on tips. I've developed a philosophy, and I swear to God, this isn't me trying to like defend, like, you know, like what's it called, like support my bias.
Mm-hmm.
This is a philosophy I live by, right? The tip should be based on the fact if I think that they make more money than I do, I will tip them what I think the difference is, you know? So if I think that they make more than I do, they should be tipping me for eating there. Okay. Now, if I go to a place and some dude grabs my bags and like brings them to my store, I'll toss him a $5 because he's down on his luck, right? Now, if I made rich money, like if I made like good money, like fat stacks, I'd probably toss everyone a $5. I don't care who I'm giving a $5 to. I'll give a $5 to your mom for, just
For sucking your dick,
for
like
just
she does.
just giving me the treatment. And you better believe every time I get a massage at an Asian spa, I'm definitely tipping them extra, so I get that happy ending at the end. But you don't want to see what happens if they don't give it.
You tip them after the service.
No, you tip them before so they know what's going on. They're like,
You
oh,
say,
this
hey,
is
here's
one of those.
here's an extra 20. You put it in their head, and you say, yeah.
No, you slip the 20 down your waistband, and you say, go get it. And they say, yes, sure.
But you put it in there to where to grab it. They literally just like lift up your pants and see your monster.
They say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
That was Indian.
Thank you very much. Why is an Indian dude jacking me off at the end of my?
Do you want a slushy while I beat your meat?
Thank you so much. Thank you for come again. I would love to jack you off again. I'm getting canceled.
Oh yeah. So anyway, I tip very generously, and Matt disagrees with it. And that's the basis of it. I don't know how much we can project the actual arguments we have had about this into the podcast.
I'm just over it. I don't believe in tipping. Look, in every European country, you go to tip, and they run after you like you left your cash. They're like, "Oh, sorry, sir, you left it." Like when you leave your card somewhere, they'll be like, "Oh, sir,
Well,
no,
there's also an act you put on. Like when I get a tip and it's like $10, I pretend like I'm like, "Oh, are you sure?" And they're never gonna say no. There was literally this one time.
I would.
There was this one time where I know this guy accidentally.
I would say no.
I know this guy accidentally gave me an extra 20.
Actually, I'm going to try that.
I know this guy accidentally gave me an extra 20.
I'm going to try that. I'm gonna give someone $10 and they'll be like, "Oh my god, are you sure?" I'm gonna say no.
This guy.
I'm gonna take it back.
Listen, you're gonna be proud of this, Matt.
Okay.
This is a Jew moment. So. He accidentally gave me an extra 20 when he meant to like give me like a 5 or a 10, so I would have had like a $3 or $4 tip.
Mm-hmm.
And he accidentally gave me a 20, and I called him back to thank him when I knew he didn't mean to do it. And I said, "Oh my gosh, bro, I've been having such a bad day, and this made my night. Thank you." What is he supposed to do when I said I've been having such a bad day? Thank you so much. Is he gonna say no? Actually, bring it back. No, you're like I know you would do that.
I would definitely.
I know you would.
I would
be
say,
like, "Oh shit, bring that back
no,
right
no,
now."
You know what I would say? I would say, "Oh shit, now my day's bad. Do you want to make my day bad? Bring back my money."
Oh, I don't care about your
That
day.
turns it around on you. Now I'm like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. Oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to, pay rent now.
What are my kids gonna eat?
Yeah, what are my kids gonna?" And you're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, what do I do now?" You're like, "It made my day, but it made his day." I'm gonna be like, I'm tying the noose right now. When you call me and say it made my day, I'm like, that was my last $20 bill. That was my last $20 bill. That was everything.
And you're using it to order pizza when you could go to Dollar Tree and get a bunch of meals for 2 weeks.
Well, you know
People
what?
are fat. I kind of want to talk.
People are
I kind
fat.
of want to talk about the dude that was on the phone, like when I put you on the phone on speaker in my pocket.
Oh yeah. So sometimes Nick calls me when he does deliveries and stuff, just because he runs into strange characters.
So here's one, and this is I literally have Matt on the phone on speaker, and he's on mute. But anyway, so I literally do have evidence for this as Matt as my witness. I put
very strange.
So I'm sitting there with my stuff at my work, and this guy orders a cheese pizza with no sauce on it, with like 5 times the extra amount of cheese. It was literally extra cheese, extra cheese, extra cheese, a 2 cheese blend and a 3 cheese blend with no sauce and stuffed crust. 2 orders of cheese sticks the exact same way with no sauce and a crap ton of extra cheese.
At that point,
a reason
the
I'm
pizza
saying this.
is cheese sticks.
So I call Matt.
What's the point of ordering cheese sticks? The pizza is cheese sticks.
I call Matt and I say, "God is dead," I think was like the first thing I said, because this guy hates himself. I literally got an extra bag of Parmesan as a joke because I'm like, damn, this guy must really like cheese. But I'm like, God is dead. This guy fucking hates himself. And I was talking like, cheese constipates you. This guy's going to be on the toilet forever. There's no way he's going to be able to poop. So I show up, and the guy that answers the door when I'm delivering, I'm on the phone with Matt, and I say, "Matt, I want you to listen to this because I'm probably going to be like funny to this guy because he's ordered so much cheese." So I put him in my front pocket on my flannel shirt and put him on mute. And I open the door, and I'm giving this guy, he says, "Hey, what's up?" And he answers. He looks punk as hell, but he's wearing like fishnet leggings like for sex, and he has shorty shorts, and he's bulging, and he's wearing a tank top, and he leans up against the door all sexy, and he said, it's always been my dream to fuck the delivery driver.
Yeah, he said it's like a fantasy.
Yeah, he was like, it's always been my fantasy or my dream, something like that, to fuck the delivery driver. And I was reaching into my bag to grab the extra Parmesan, and I froze up. And needless to say, I told work I was getting gas, and I was 10 minutes late.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, I froze up so bad, and he tried to save it, and he was like, no, I mean for like a parody for YouTube or something. And I was like, okay, bro, here's your cheese. I'm going to leave. But this guy literally, this guy literally tried to fuck me. He said he wanted to fuck me. It's always been his fantasy. And as soon as I close the door, I pull the phone out of my pocket on a speaker, and I'm like, Matt, please fucking tell me you heard that. And you're like, yeah, I heard that. He said something about fucking you. And I was like, yeah, he definitely did. But I've come to the conclusion now, and I've actually told my boss about this, and he thinks it was also the case, where this man wanted a bunch of cheese because he had a date later. He might be a male prostitute, but if he's constipated, he's not going to poop when you're fucking him in the butt.
Have you seen a ill-prepared
What happens if you eat Taco Bell and then you get pegged?
No.
That guy was planning for the opposite.
You have to plan 3 days out, I think.
Nobody
Definitely did not have a date that day.
Nobody eats that crazy of an amount of cheese on purpose.
Have you ever
Nobody
seen...
orders that much cheese on purpose.
What's it called when they put a camera up your ass?
Colonoscopy?
Have you ever seen an ill-prepared colonoscopy?
What do you mean?
So to prepare for a colonoscopy,
You have to like fast, don't you?
you fast for a day, and the only thing you're allowed to drink is water and laxatives.
Because they want you cleared out.
So they clear out everything, and your colon should be spotless, right? And that's how people prepare for anal and shit like that, right? And they do like they squirt water up their ass, and then they clean out everything out, right? I don't have an anal fixation.
I promise.
Okay. So they clean everything out, and it all just it spills. They have a spotless asshole, right? Now the only way to achieve that, I don't think, is from clogging. You can't clog it because it doesn't clean anything. Clogging doesn't clean anything.
Wait, so you're saying he didn't want to fuck?
I'm saying I don't think he wanted to get.
Because I think that was clogging. Okay, well, is your
just...
dick as long as the colonoscopy tube that's gonna go up and look at their small intestine?
in the rectum, it's in the rectum during a colonoscopy. The hardest part is the S. There's an S shape right
up above your colon. It goes like here and then around.
It's an S shape, and that's the hardest part to get around. That's the dirtiest part.
Okay, is there a point to what you're saying? You don't think this guy wanted to fuck me?
I don't think he wanted to clog his rectum to get gaped. Is what I'm saying.
I think it's what he wanted. You can't convince me otherwise, but I do like your point.
I have a feeling he's the kind of guy who doesn't care what shape his
rectum is in. So are you saying this guy
in.
literally just ordered that much cheese because he doesn't care what it's doing to his body?
Yes. Was he fat?
No, he was very skinny.
He was very skinny
and
lanky.
The only thing that was redeeming, the delivery remarks said no onions, and that would have been the only fibrous vegetable or anything redeeming. It is nasty, greasy,
Did he even order a pizza with onions on it? Why did he just add no onions?
He just says no onions when there would have never been.
That's a code.
Onion. No.
No. I'm saying he was trying to get, like...
No onions. Onions make you cry. He wanted to peg someone and make them
cry.
No.
I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying.
No, I'm saying, like, if you order a pizza, like, okay, so look, if I was a drug dealer and I was delivering to someone,
theoretically,
if I was a drug, and I was delivering to someone, I'd say just order anything on the menu and just say no onions, and I'll know that you're the one I'm delivering to, right?
Oh, that's a secret code.
That's the code.
People that are in on it, no onions means I'm gonna fuck you when you show up.
Yes, and you just happened to get the wrong order.
He did put a cute little smiley face next to no onions.
Really?
No onions, smiley face.
Wow.
Please.
Because he ordered a pizza that doesn't even contain onions, and he said no onions. Of course there's no onions. Your pizza doesn't have any... There's nothing... I wouldn't even grab the onions if I'm making any of those pizzas, right?
Yeah.
Why did he put no onions there? There's someone at your work right now he was trying to fuck, and you just so happened
that's the code.
Yes, and you just got that.
I work with some weird fuckers.
Yeah.
Like, that's probably true.
Dude, I just blew your mind. I just blew your mind.
No onions is the secret peg me code.
Dude, if you see no onion smiley face again, don't take that order.
No, I'm not. I'll ask someone else to do it.
That is cursed. Or take it again and confirm my suspicion. He's like, so you're the one I'm supposed to peg?
Yo, you called?
Dude, what if you just roll up and you say, "No onions"?
No onions? Question mark. It's like
No
no onions, and he smacks my
And
ass.
he just smacks you and he's like, "Get in here, you slut." That's the
Apparently-
title of this episode. No
apparently-
onions is the title of this episode.
Apparently, this guy lives at the inn. Like, he was making the order on the phone, and he said, "Yeah, I just got my stimulus check, so I'm gonna order some pizza." And he's been there for like 3 months. He lives at an inn, like a motel, like a shitty one. And anytime I go there, like I've delivered to him multiple times. That was the first time he tried to have intercourse with me, and then we haven't even talked about my autofellation techniques. But I don't know if we're gonna get into that right now.
We might not.
But I've delivered to him before, and every time I'm there, he has a different dude in there. So I think that guy might actually be a prostitute.
That's like the person upstairs. I live in an apartment clump. He has a different girl up there every day. I'm not even kidding.
No, that's just a brother. That's just a brother making plays.
The homie making plays.
Anyway, yeah, I think that guy was a prostitute.
The homie making plays.
Do you have any content? Like, we've literally not even talked about anything you have here ready. That's how you know we're having a good convo. Though.
That's true. That's how you know it's a good podcast when you forget. Oh, let's see. Columbia segregation. Nick, are you for or against the segregation?
Segregation. I am all for segregation.
Okay, that's not the answer.
I am.
Nick.
I literally.
That's not the answer.
Arkansas just passed a bill about like trans people playing in sports, and it says that a trans girl, so a dude that has a penis that pretends he's a girl.
Okay, well,
Just
not
cut-
pretends.
yeah,
they
cut
believe.
pretends.
They pretend.
Yeah.
They don't pretend. They are. Nick,
Yeah.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Nick, fuck you.
Yeah, but
Give me
they're
that shit.
only allowed to play with boys.
Yeah.
That just got passed. So
Because
is
they
that
were
not fucked up that the guy girl cannot get to choose
Can
to
we-
be on the girl team?
Can
But
we not
also,
call him guy girl?
it
Can
is
we just
so-
call him tranny?
But it's so
I'm kidding.
it's
I'm kidding.
if you do that, it's
Don't cancel me.
super unfair.
Or do.
It's super unfair. That dude will be sitting there dunking and stuffing everyone's face while they're playing basketball because he is biologically testosterone.
Have you seen the video of the trans male to female destroying the 100-meter dash?
I've seen one about a dude doing it and destroying deadlift records.
Oh, that's so.
And then he went back to identifying as a male.
Deadlift is one of the most like overpowered like
girls,
male sport.
Girls can be really strong and do all that stuff, but a guy that works out about like a fourth to half as much as you will kill you because it's literally not sexist. It's just fact that man muscle is more dense and stronger.
It's just how we were. That's like the number one thing for evolution is like literally the muscle on some. I'm not saying there are probably 80% of women listening to this podcast are stronger than me, including my sister.
The buff gymnast girl on TikTok where people fly into their fridge when she does the dance because she's so strong.
Yeah.
I bet that one-on-one you would kick her ass.
Me?
Yeah. Even though she looks strong as fuck because your muscle's literally just stronger than hers.
Maybe.
Even though
I don't know.
but she looks strong, but people just notice
if it's
that
a
she has arms because she's a girl.
If it's a ground game, I definitely probably might win.
I'm saying street fight, anything goes. You would murder her.
And plus, honestly, I have the type of. It takes a special type of person to be able to physically harm someone. I'm able to physically harm someone. If they get my order wrong at Steak and Shake,
I've seen you get mad.
I'm going to physically harm you.
We were at Whataburger and Matt didn't get his sauce and he went and pounded on the window while the lobby
I was
wasn't
going to let myself in. If they didn't come out in 15 more seconds, I was going to let myself in and grab it myself. I'm not even kidding. I saw it. I saw where they kept the sauces. I'm like I'll do your job. No, Nick.
You
don't realize...
also did specifically. I think you paid extra for the extra sauce too.
And they didn't give it to me. And I walked in, and I was going. I was pounding on the window like a psychopath.
And then you would look in, get the
looked
light
in,
out, do a little binoculars thing
I was
with your
trying
hands.
to make eye contact with anyone in the building. Now, I'm a psychopath. I might not be maybe what is that? Not psychopath, sociopath.
One's like you have no emotions. and you
I
can't
definitely
recognize
have
It's
emotions
like
because I
autistic.
feel
It's
anger.
autistic, but you kill people. Toby Lee, Cody Lee, hilarious.
No, I feel emotions because I definitely feel anger. When nothing gets me more angry than like everything, like anything. Like there's anything that can set me off.
Is that a custom shirt, Matt? Where'd you get that shirt?
I got this at Marshall's.
They were selling that at Marshall's.
Yeah, for the
I need one.
Black Pride Month. So I got one to support the.
I thought it'd be an interesting dynamic. If anyone cares, that I'm wearing
Blue-
a shirt from a firearms dealer.
It has the Blue Lives Matter
It says
flag
"Come
on
and
it.
Get it, and it's got the blue stripe.
And I'm wearing a I am Black History is all it says. And you are wearing a Blue Lives Matter shirt.
Which is completely, we can be on the same page. It's like saying God can't exist with science. We're friends.
We're friends.
We understand it.
And I'm a liberal and you're a conservative. And on some points you're a conservative or and I'm a liberal, right? See? I look, Nick, I might be the most liberal friend you have.
No.
Yeah.
I had a whole argument with my supervisor at work,
Mm-hmm.
who is super anti anyone owning a firearm.
That's not liberal. That's just stupid.
Yeah, I guess.
Look, listen. I get the only argument against people wanting to own firearms that makes sense to me is the fact that if the government wanted you dead, they could just kill you instantly because they have like literally flying guns and flying artillery. But when you think about that and what it would do to the ecosystem of the entire world, when someone's own government is literally carpet bombing people that own guns, the world starts to take notice and they're like, "Oh, that's kind of fucky," right?
It is kind of fucky. What are they going to reduce the second? Because a lot of people are scared, and you've brought this up before. They wouldn't take all the guns at once because everyone would have a war.
Mm-hmm.
But they're doing it slowly.
This is how they do it with every right, not only just guns. Your freedom, your security, your privacy. They take it away a little bit at a time. Look, if I give you a bowl of sand, right? And I take a handful out, you're going to be like, "Holy shit, why did you just take a handful of my sand?" Right? But if I take a pinch while you're not looking, and then I take another pinch while you're not looking, and then maybe 2 years later, I take another pinch, and then another pinch, and then 50 years later, I take another pinch, and then maybe I'm getting a little greedy, so now I'm taking a little, like 3 pinches. Ooh, 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 right? And by the time you notice, your pile of sand looks the same. It looks like a nice little pyramid, like a nice stack of sand.
But you've secretly been stripped of your freedoms.
But you secretly have lost 80, like probably 50% of your sand, and you haven't noticed it. And by the time you notice it, it's too late to get your sand back. That's the number one issue with the government taking. That's the number one problem I have with liberalism, because everything liberals do, they have to take it one step farther. You know, like, okay, it's okay. Yeah. Okay, you can take the sniper rifles, right? I don't need a freaking military class sniper rifle. Okay, cool. You can take a bazooka. I don't need a bazooka. Okay, you can take the AR. You can take the fully automatic AK-47. I don't need that. Okay, and now you're taking the AR-15s. Okay, and now you're taking literally any gun with over 10 rounds in it.
Which is about to be signed into law if it continues.
Yeah,
federally.
it's just like slowly they take a pinch at a time. It's just fucked up, and that's what the
What's after 10-round magazines? After that, I feel like it's a complete ban on everything.
just everything. Yeah,
All right, are we doing a podcast? Do we
I
have
forgot
some
what we
script
were
to get
talking
through?
about. We don't have a script. None of these are ever scripted. Let's see.
Matt.
Oh, what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about segregation because Columbia. Let me just read you this. Columbia College. Okay. Columbia College. Columbia University will supplement its regular 2021 graduation ceremony with multicultural ceremonies for members of the Latinx, Asian, Black, and other student communities who want to participate. Nick, what do you think?
they're holding different ceremonies for different races. That's segregation.
Is that segregation?
That's like the Black National Anthem. Like, they tried to have the Black National Anthem and do all that shit, and it's like, wow, that is even more division.
Yeah,
You're not all American. That's literally still singing in color.
It's so progressive, it's regressive.
It's so progressive that it's just racist.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's so progressive that it's regression. We've looped. You know how, like, when you get to a certain point on like in coding, you can get to a certain point on like do you know what Civ 6 is?
Yeah.
So the reason Gandhi is a super nuker and like is super aggressive is because when they coded him, they made him so non-aggressive that on their number graph he was so non-aggressive that they ran out of space and he looped to the most aggressive.
That's an interesting analogy.
And in Overwatch, there was one point when the number 1 ranked player had lost the most games because he threw every game and he was the least ranked player and he had so much negative SR, it looped him to the number 1 player in the whole world.
Is that a true statement?
Yeah, that is a true statement. He played
Yo, who do you mean?
He played Hog.
He was a Hog main.
He was a Hog main. But that is a true statement. But I'm just saying, it's like so progressive that it's regressive. And I don't know.
It's just separate. I kind of have a problem with separating. Like, I'm all for diversity, but they'll have like specific scholarships for like Asians or black people, and it has absolutely nothing to do with your actual intelligence and how hard you work. Yeah. Stuff like that it's one of those regressive things.
They have to meet a
quota.
They have to
meet a quota. It's literally
noticing
that kids that aren't your skin tone will get this. Because it's a handout, because they're black and white people feel bad. Or whatever you are.
Yeah.
It's literally, like, that is one of the most racist things you could do.
White people already get it so easy that they need to give things to the other races, I guess, is what their thought process is, right?
Which was never... Do you want to talk... Like, we still have a racism problem here, and it's a big deal when, like, about 50 years ago, Germany tried to exterminate an entire race of people.
Not only that, last election, 18% voted for the neo-Nazi party in Germany.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
You can just, like, look it up. America's actually got, like, one of the most least problems with racism.
Listen, there's a point when it becomes so peaceful in a country, like in America, it's so peaceful that things the people start just making shit up about what they need to hate.
I have an old post I made on my Instagram that I think you'll like.
Really?
I want you to read it.
You'll have to screenshot it so I can put it on the screen later in post.
It's in my archive. Oh no.
But like I was saying, while you're finding that, so in history. Wait, what even was I saying?
You can cut this out. Okay, so I posted a picture of riots, and it says, "You hateful, racist conservatives are dividing America." I said to this was when I was 17. I said, "This is a bit ridiculous. People burn the flag of a country so great that we get to complain about things like cyberbullying and candidates, while people from other countries fight against child prostitution and a government that uses chemical weapons against its own. Find something better to do than pretend like the world is out to get you, because it's not."
That's quite profound. And Nick, you were ahead of your time.
I was woke as fuck.
Well, I will say that we did have Jeffrey Epstein, so that one part about child predators and shit, I mean, we kind of had that.
It's still
that
okay,
issue.
but it is on nothing compared to the scale it is in other countries.
True.
Like, do you remember when, like, we quit talking about cyberbullying, but cyberbullying was such a fucking big deal, and everyone was like, you can hold it. Just
do you remember? Yeah, that's a good post.
I literally had, like, a bunch of people DM me, like, and just say, like, yeah, this is true. I can't believe you posted that, because because it was a very conservative thought to have.
Yeah.
And I got it, like, this guy named Tony from our middle school who was Hispanic, like, he just...
Oh, I remember him.
He messaged me and said, like, holy shit, good for you, like, saying that. Because everyone else posts all their shit, like, anytime there's anything, all the girls that are mega liberals will post, like, stop Asian hate, Black Lives Matter, all this shit. And
Dude,
post
stop
black.
Asian...
When you're not, even if you are for the cause, you are not doing anything about it. You're doing it just to be part of the bandwagon and
I'm
fit in.
pretty
What are you
sure-
doing to stop systemic racism, which is a whole thing about its own, or two, like these things that are actually happening? You post on your social media to all your friends that also live in an area that doesn't have that many oppressed people.
It's called what is it called? I'm a little tipsy.
Bandwagon.
Bandwagoning.
Those fuckers
It's
are
called,
bandwagoning.
It's called signaling. Virtue signaling. You just want to make sure. So you know what virtue signaling is, right?
No.
It's when you just have to signal to everyone with one post that you're with them. You signal to them that you're with them, right?
But all the
So you
people
put
that
one
post this
post
aren't educated and
you
have
do-
no had actual
putting the black square tile as your Instagram post was a virtue signal to everyone who looks at you to know that you're pro Black Lives Matter, right? It's just a virtue
which
signaling.
literally, of course, is
Does nothing.
Is which is everyone that is not a piece of shit.
Yes.
Like, we get it.
Look, I didn't change my screen to a black because I'm not retarded, right? I can be pro black person, and I have friends that are black, right?
Yeah.
African American.
Look at my African American.
Look at my African American over there.
Look at
He's
him.
the best. He's the best. Look at him right now. He's doing a little dance.
Oh my God,
He's
look
doing
at
a little dance. Oh my God, look at him hit that. Holy shit.
Look at him hit the Quan.
He's hitting the Quan right now. That was my Trump impression. I don't know if that's going to sound good. Was that good?
It was really good,
Okay.
yeah.
Look at my African American over there. He's the best. He's the best. I keep him around. He's my hype man. He's my hype man. Listen, watch. I'll say a word. He'll repeat it. Money. Money.
Money, what's up?
I keep him around just for that. Just for that. He's the best.
Sound like gay Trump.
Gay Trump? Yeah, true. Lispy Trump.
Put it in my butt, please. Yes.
Please, I want you to massage my little hole.
Anyway, racism is bad.
I mean, this
Don't
isn't
do
even an
it.
argument. No, what I was saying is that there's a point when a society becomes so peaceful and okay with whatever's going on that they get bored with how peaceful it is and they start making issues, right? Because what sells better, fiction or nonfiction? Nick?
Nothing
When's
stressed.
the last time have you bought an autobiography? Never, right? When's the last time you've enjoyed reading a fiction book? Recently.
Very
right?
recently.
Fiction sells better than nonfiction. So they create these stories in their head that are literally fiction because it's more entertaining and it fills their life with meaning.
Is it not wrong that the media actually gets away with that, though? And there's no way to, like...
It's completely wrong.
People don't see
And that's
them.
why the media is failing. The media, if you look at it,
It's not failing. Look at what's happened at, like, 3/4 of America right
No,
now.
it's-
the way they
it's-
think about everything is not for themselves.
no, 3/4 of America is the algorithm has pushed them to one side or the other.
Isn't it absolutely crazy that these guys
Far
don't
left
think
or
for
far
each
right?
other, though? Like, when they're
What?
arguing and you literally just pull up facts and it just completely shuts down anything they're thinking, they don't care about it because some media outlet told them that that is what they are allowed to think.
Facts don't matter in this new world.
Facts don't care about
Facts
your feelings.
facts don't matter.
Who said that?
That's Ben Shapiro.
Is it?
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Facts don't... Okay, listen up. Theoretically. Facts
Theoretically,
don't care about your feelings.
theoretically, in a hypothetical situation, we're gonna. I'm too
Theoretically.
tipsy
Have
to
you seen-
talk as
have you
fast as you
Have you
can.
seen the video of Ben Shapiro reviewing WAP?
Oh yeah, dude, I
So
showed
good.
you that one
This
on
is-
podcast.
This is a wet-ass pussy.
This is a wet ass p word.
Is that what he said?
Yes,
P
he
word.
said p word. He's like, this is actually a. You should probably go to a doctor and check this out because this is not. Look, she says bucket and a mop. If you're losing that much fluid, you are losing hydration. You need to rehydrate.
was
Get
so-
yourself Pedialyte.
That was so fucking funny.
It was so good. I just.
He knows what he was doing. Like, he knows he's obviously way too analytical of it, but he just did it as a joke.
I think so. Yeah. Okay, let's see.
Green screen, is that the Joe Biden?
Green screen. We're gonna watch the Joe Biden.
This
stuff.
one actually freaked me out.
Have you
Except-
seen this?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna watch this, guys. This is.
This
has
just
been-
shows that he's literally not even there to be able to take interviews, and they have this pre-edited to show him. You gotta watch close. You'll see him right here. Clip in front of the fake-ass microphones. They did that to look like that literally that whole thing was fucking staged. He was never there. And they didn't even ask any questions. Why would you do that? And why was he not available? And why would you lie to the public about that?
Not at the moment.
So it's such a
he's obvious, like, it's like he was just talking to an actual cameraman there, and they pretended like they had someone there. Why would you do that? Is this someone explaining?
So this is someone explaining how it could be real. They're saying that the mics were so close to his body because they're on long things that he could have just put his arm in front of it. So here's another.
Mr. President, do you have any plans to travel to the southern border, sir? Not at the moment.
He flipped in front of it again. It was not that
Travel
close.
to the southern border, sir? Not at the moment.
It's such
That
a
does-
weird optical illusion. If it's, look,
I don't know if I believe that.
look. So that website that we looked at was debunking it, but every video looks so convincing that it's a green screen, right? And it's like, right? Anyone can say that it's false or true. It's just like, I don't know. It's like you can't even believe what you see on anything now. They literally, look, this is what I'm saying. The beginning of all this was when they literally murdered Jeffrey Epstein. You can't even believe what you see now. You can't believe what they hear you, and you can't. What did I just say? You can't believe what they tell you, and you can't believe what they show you. Literally, right? And it's just caused this whole like downfall, and everyone believing in Q and shit. And it's like, can you even believe what the government's showing you? Is Joe Biden even alive? Is he being green
He's falling
screened?
down the stairs. Anyway, off topic. I've got something for you. I've got something for you guys. Okay. That was my Joe Biden impression.
I just got one thing to say.
I just got one thing to say. I replace with a lot of Hispanic people. I know you guys vibe with that.
Yeah, that's the reason Joe Biden won the election.
Poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
All right, we're gonna go from green screen to the black eye Illuminati theory. I was telling you about this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at this because this is super interesting. I found out about this a couple weeks ago. So people are saying that there's a this isn't anything new, right? But it's a conspiracy, and I love a good conspiracy, right? Just because it's interesting. But this is the black eye conspiracy. So many prominent figures in their life have had black eyes, right? And it's just strange to me. Someone had a good quote. Let me read their quote. The question is, why the fuck are so many rich, high-class people getting punched to the point of developing a black eye? By the amount of people I see in my daily life with bruised eyes, next to zero, this seems like a massive statistical anomaly. I have never seen a person with a black eye in my life. Yet, these rich people, high class, have all got a black eye. So they're saying this is an initiation into a secret society.
That was Bush.
And I actually did do a research on this.
There's things about Bush literally like having to masturbate in a coffin to be accepted into his cult. Like, people, I think it was
Robert Downey Jr. with a black eye. This is Liz Hurley, black eye. This is David Bowie, black eye. This is U.S. politician Harry Reid, black eye. This is Prince Andrew, known pedophile, black eye. He's a known pedophile. He still walks. He's still free.
Is part of your Adam Sandler? Is part of your initiation to the rich?
The Pope, not only
the
the
most
current
passive individual in the entire world.
Not only the current Pope, but the previous Pope. Both left eye black eyes. Now, Nick, why do you think it's only the left eye?
Is it always the left?
It's mostly the left. Now,
well,
Nick,
I think it's left because if I'm facing away from you and I'm going to give you a good hook, it's
that's
definitely the
genius. That's exactly the reason. Because a cross punch right is the left eye, right? So that's why they're saying most people are right-handed. Right hand to left eye is the most easiest
Who the
punch.
fuck beats up the Pope? Did he
No.
These guys have to have stories like I fell and hit my
No,
eyeball on a counter.
no. I literally have a video of the Pope saying he ran into a screen glass door or some shit.
And it gave him a black eye.
Yes. Granted, he is old and frail, but I mean, you would expect some bruising on like the chin or maybe nose, but it's always only the eye.
The left eye. You can walk
The
into the
left
screen
eye.
with your right eye.
So I did some digging and I found out that it could be a nod to this old group called the Oculists. So like occultist, OCCULT. It's called an occultist, which is occult, which is like a secret or shady individual. These were the Oculists. The Oculists were a group of
Alfredo sauce.
Ophthalmologists.
Wait, I got this.
Yeah. Say this word.
It says ophthalmologists.
Ophthalmologists.
That's not
Ophthalmologists.
No, there's
led
no
by.
R.
Oh, what? Thal.
Okay, wait, Bat, do the thing where Google just says it.
Google-
right here.
Google
Ophthalmologist.
Led by the Court Friedrich August von Vitem, who died on April 1775. The Philip document, however, appears to suggest that the not occultist oculists are at least were a group of Freemasons who created the Oculist Society in order to pass along the Mosaic rites. Masonic rites.
Freemasonry. This is
Yes, which had been recently banned by the Pope. Recently banned by the Pope. Now listen to this. The researchers found that the initial 16 pages describe the Oculus initiation ceremony. The manuscript portrays, among other things, an initiation ritual which the candidate is asked to read a blank piece of paper and on confessing inability to do so is given eyeglasses and asked to try again. A blank piece of paper. He reads the blank piece of paper again and then asked again if he can read it, and again after washing the eyes with a cloth, followed by an operation in which a single eyebrow is plucked.
Are these guys missing eyebrows?
No, I'm just saying that was their initiation. They would say, Nick, I would hand you a piece of paper, a blank piece of paper, and tell you to read it. And you would be like, what? And I would say, read it again. I would give you eyeglasses, and you would try to read it again. I would hold the blank piece of paper in front of your face, and you'd be like, I can't read it. And so we would put you under, and we would say we're doing surgery on you. And then you would wake up, and we would have taken a single eyebrow from you. But you would have thought you got a whole surgery. And then we would ask you to read the paper, and then you'd be part of the cult.
But did they probably wrote something on the paper? 'Cause
Yes.
It's just some weird cult
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
They're just saying it to do some weird.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, government shady.
My dad has a good saying. He says, it's a big gang or it's a big party and you're not part of it. It's like the only way you can get into that group is being so rich and so powerful that people ask you to join,
Like they'll come to you.
so influential, stuff like that. And you have to be trustworthy too. And the only way they can trust you is if they get dirt on you. That's the whole point of Jeffrey Epstein's island. You remember?
Yeah.
The reason
It's
they
the whole
had
point
that.
of Bohemian Grove as well. It's not an uncommon
Exactly.
thing to be fucking little boys and having that dirt on someone.
Yes, because the only thing that's like, dude, even like Harvard rituals for joining a frat is to get dirt on each other, right? Like, haha, you like we forced you to eat this popsicle made of piss or something, right? Oh, haha, that we filmed you doing that. We got dirt on you. That's literally an initiation for a frat. Or like fucking a dude, right? Like that's an initiation for a frat. And you think that type of stuff doesn't happen at the higher levels to join these groups?
Oh no, it definitely
To
does.
get into these circles?
It's because at this point, this kind of shit is not conspiracy anymore. this is something
No,
that the
it's been
public ignores.
Pretty proven.
It's
yes.
been, there's literal videos of them like doing the child effigy and saying there's literally clips of Richard Nixon, who was scandalous and didn't care about anything, also saying, "I went to Bohemian Grove and it was the most faggy thing I have ever seen."
Yes, that's a
It's-
quote.
it's-
So
'cause
he's
they-
not.
Yeah, like he literally said that because they were all doing that and they just want to do some weird little boy
Now
stuff.
you know who started Bohemian
to get
Grove?
dirt. Mark
Ernest
Twain.
Hemingway. Oh no,
Hemingway? It
Mark
was Mark
Twain.
Twain.
Yeah, Mark
Yeah.
Twain. He started because he just wanted to have sex with a lot of chicks, but then
It was
started
cool
turning
back
into
in the
this-
day.
Yeah, it was cool back in the day, but then it started to turn into this thing that, like, only the elite writers and artists were allowed to be in, and then it was the politicians, and now it's everyone fucking kids,
Yeah.
which is just where it goes. All right, now to wrap this up, podcast. You want to watch some TikToks?
Oh god, you have a lot of material. I see Penn and Teller.
Penn and Teller, you want to watch this?
Yeah, can
you'll
we
you'll
watch that
you'll
first?
you will like this. You will like this.
Well, no. Read the words. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. Sure, you need an organized military force to defend your country, but the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. This is the people, in contrast with the militia. It doesn't say the right of the militia to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It says the right of the people. Now, why the word people? Because the people who wrote this had just fought a war for 2 years against a tyrannical state
know he felt like
militia.
this.
Yeah.
They knew the time might come when they'd have to do that again. So they made the possession
What's this guy's
of
real
weapons
name?
a
It's
right
something Penn.
that the militia
Isn't it a Filthy
could never
Frank
take
song?
away. Now, gun control advocates say the phrasing is clumsy, and the comma separating the state from the people is just a pause to get your breath. Strange, they can't seem to point out any other places where those hack framers the wording.
Yeah, he went off, huh?
He did go up. Good for him.
Yeah, but I thought that was really interesting. I just saw this on TikTok, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know Penn and Teller were hardcore
They're gun advocates.
gun advocates. All right, let's move from that to.
Did you play Borderlands 3?
No.
When you beat that, I forgot what it's called, but there's
If your
literally one of the bosses
Skin
is
looks
voiced
like
by
this,
Penn and
then your
Teller,
emojis look
that
like
you
this,
fight.
or maybe
and it's like, and they literally have their faces, and they're called like some weird knockoff name. But Penn and Teller are literally one of the bosses in Borderlands 3.
Really?
It's actually really
They're
funny.
probably Ben and Deller or something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that.
All right, let's listen to. What is this
If
guy's
your
name?
skin
Jeff
looks
Green?
like
Do you
this-
remember that girl we went to high school with that was
Which
there
one?
for like the first year and a half, and she was a lesbian, and that was her whole personality?
Yes.
And that
yes,
other girl
yes.
dated her. Look, that looks like that guy.
Absolutely.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yes.
I remember their name.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember their name, but I
You
do
know
know.
who I'm
Who,
talking
I
about?
know
Like
who
she
you're
always
talking about.
smelled bad. She didn't wear deodorant. Was it like
This is Jeff. What's his name?
Bezos?
Hank Green. He wrote The Fault in Our Stars.
He wrote every Crash Course I've ever watched.
Yes. And now he's taking to TikTok to spread his message of. Let's just find out.
if your skin looks like this, then your emojis look like this, or maybe they could look like this too. But they do not look like this. Just don't use this. This is really weird too. Why would you?
So he's trying to say you're not allowed to use African American emojis if you're white.
I use exclusively African American emojis when I type.
I literally
Anytime
have
I
read-
type a-
I have literally never thought, like, I know you can change emoji colors, but I've literally that has never crossed my mind.
Actually, I use like literally only yellow, or like the deep black.
Like, I guess it's supposed to be an extension of your personality, but okay. So if a black guy throws out the devil emoji with the horns, that's purple.
Okay.
Is he Akon? Is he so black that he's purple?
Let's go to the next clip.
You don't want to talk about
This is Miami right now during spring break.
Yeah, yeah. I said I feel invincible. It's 100 niggas
Weren't
in
they
this.
arresting a shit ton of people?
They arrested a shit ton of people. This is actually where I go
I
to
saw the thing
Florida.
where the
this is Fort Lauderdale.
The fucking
Have you been
mayor,
to Fort Lauderdale?
The fucking mayor or the governor was literally begging people, please don't come here on spring break.
Yes, no, but people love going to Fort Lauderdale.
Mm-hmm.
I love Fort Lauderdale. The beach is so freaking white, clean. Okay, let's watch.
Oh,
watch
Google.
this.
Liberals like to act like
Oh,
Liberals like to act like censorship isn't real. Okay. Hey, Google. What were Obama's accomplishments?
According to Wikipedia, Obama's first-term actions addressed the global financial crisis and included a major stimulus package, a partial extension of the Bush tax cuts, legislation to reform healthcare, a major financial regulation reform bill, and the end of a major U.S. military presence in Iraq.
Okay, bet. Yeah, fucking terrorist. Anyways, hey, Google. What were Donald Trump's accomplishments?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Yeah, it's because you're fucking stupid. Fuck you, Google.
I've literally experienced this. I think I experienced this today, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I was.
Because you have a Google in your car, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, my stuff is integrated, and I was asking, oh, I got a response from Google for like the best Caucasian dishes is what it was, and then I asked for the best African American dishes, and it said I don't understand. Then I said, what are the best black dishes, and it said it didn't understand.
What the?
But it would say what white people like, which like if that was cut off either way, it's weird. But it's just the fact that if you mention anything like that, Google will have answers on the top results on the search engine, but the actual assistant will just say I don't understand because you said something that was not about white people.
Oh, dude, this is Florida too. I should have followed this up with the Fort Lauderdale. This is, for the viewers listening, this is a man being assisted out of the back of a police car and then running down the freaking shoreline.
He's still in cuffs.
And then everyone runs with him to freaking...
He's got handcuffs on! He's got handcuffs!
That's it. Imagine the story that guy has to tell his kids. That's a fucking legendary
he
story.
ran from the cops during COVID.
And someone helped him out.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's like a freaking story. Imagine if everyone like ran like this though, like with their hands behind their back, so the police didn't understand who was there trying to chase.
Who is it? Oh, it's the guy in cuffs.
You know,
they've all got their hands like that.
Yeah, you know, what is it? I am Hercules or something. What is that?
I don't know what you're talking
From 300, the movie 300.
What about it?
You know the movie?
I've seen the movie.
What's the name of the guy?
Leonidas?
Yes, they're like, I am Leonidas, right? And everyone stands up and they're like, I am Leonidas. And they're like,
that
"Who
sounds
is
like
he?"
a very corny movie scene in like every like sports movie.
Whatever. Fuck, dude. No, but like, what if everyone just went on the ground like this, and the police had to like turn over every single person and be like, "Fuck, you're not the guy." Dude, that's like the epic.
He could get away because if anyone else is causing havoc, you can't single out that one guy to go find.
Exactly.
You literally just don't have the manpower.
Exactly. That's like an epic story. That dude's running from the cops on the beach.
Yeah, he probably went home and like had someone like take an actual power saw blade and just cut through him.
I mean, dude, yeah, like seriously, you can. I mean, once you're away from the cops, you can
call a professional lockpick. He'll get you out for like $10.
For real. All right, I don't know how many of these I'm gonna play. Let's play this one. Oh, this is pretty good. One Day with Tom Brady.
Oh, is he gonna kiss his babies?
He finally has the
Here's
TikTok.
how I start my day in the off season. I hope we're all brushing for 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Then it's TB12 spear time. Always roll my feet out first thing. Vitamins. Our new Protect's amazing. Smoothie time. Blueberries. TB12 protein.
Is this how you win Super Bowls?
Pumpkin
I
seed.
guess so.
1 banana. I don't eat the ends, don't tell me. Electrolytes, obviously. Some chia seed.
Those
Almond
are
butter.
electrolytes. Those are.
And milk.
That actually is he making a smoothie?
And I brought the wrong mixer.
He is.
Into the big blender.
No. That
Problem solved.
that mix of
Gonna
ingredients
eat these
sounds
once the
absolutely
cameras
disgusting.
are off, though. Time to get ready. Always hard to pick an IWC. Going with the perpetual calendar today.
Which
Got some
Rolex
emails to
does?
send. Off to a meeting. My new Christopher Clues clip-ons are out. Check them
Oh, dude,
out.
I want some clip-ons for
Jack
my glasses.
has
I was just thinking
no
about that
interest in
today.
being in our video. Grab a coat. It's freezing in New York. Catch you guys later.
He seems like a nice, normal guy.
Except for the fact that he eats child fetus blood
No, he
to
doesn't.
stay young. Nah, I don't know.
I mean, he looks pretty good.
Dude,
He looks way younger than he is.
He just
How old is
wanna- He's like 42.
He looks like he's like 20.
Yeah, I mean, it is suspect. All right, we'll watch one more. Oh yes, I love this. I love this. Will
What
open
it's like
up
to go running as a woman. First, we've got the identifying information in case.
This is so extra.
What it's like to go running as a woman. First, we've got the identifying information in case I get kidnapped. It's got my name and my address. Then we've got the pepper spray for self-defense. And I always turn my GPS on so everybody knows where I am at all times. And in case the pepper spray fails, we've got the brass knuckles. She may be small, but she's scrappy.
Brass
Only one
knuckles,
AirPod so I
think,
can
are
hear my
illegal in all 50
surroundings.
states.
Be safe, y'all.
I am not informed on the legality of brass knuckles, but if you don't market them as a paperweight to hold your files down, then they are illegal.
Really?
Yeah, like owning it as a weapon is, I'm pretty sure, illegal, and because brass knuckles aren't meant to, like they're not meant for self-defense. They're meant
for fucking people up.
They're meant to destroy your skull when a drug deal goes bad.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive like you can buy
Have you
brass
seen the-
knuckles,
have
but if
you
you
seen
literally
the-
carry them, if a cop finds brass knuckles on you, he can make you catch a weapon charge.
So have you seen the story? You know, actually some boxers has to register their fist as a deadly weapon.
Is that true?
Yes.
Because they're
a
so
lot
strong.
of MMA fighters and boxers have to register.
What a flex.
That is such a flex.
They're like, you're like, oh, you registered your AR? Well, I literally have my hand registered as a weapon. Here's its serial number.
If they get into a fight at a bar or something, they will literally catch a deadly weapon charge.
Just because they're so strong?
Yes, because they're skilled in fighting. Isn't that crazy?
That seems unfair.
Yeah.
He's just practicing with his body in, like, martial arts. And it's not like an actual MMA fighter. They're usually really good with discipline. They're not just going to go beat the shit out of people because they can.
Yeah.
That's wild. I think you're capping.
Fact check.
I think that's cap. Yeah.
Fact check. I'll fact check this afterwards. But
Yeah.
so Nick, have you seen the study of the 97% of women? So there was a study released from an England, news source that said 97% of women have been sexually harassed. How do you feel about this?
That could be true. I think that could be true because plenty of girls will be doing anything. If you're counting any time in your life, you could count a guy doing the fucking like horny whistle at a girl.
Well, you're onto something because if you look at the study, first of all, it was a study of like 1,400 women. Not saying that that's not a good sample size. That's a sizable sample, but the only problem I have with it is that one of the answers on it was being stared at.
Fuck, I stare at people all the time.
Which
and I don't
took
wanna
up-
fuck 'em.
which took
I
up-
stare at people when I'm disgusted
Which
with them.
took up 40% of the poll.
You're gonna get looked at. I always do that.
So, dude,
I'm not saying that in like a predatory way. I'm
Yeah.
saying it as in
I
look
stare
at
at-
people, or if I see a hot chick, I'll say like, "Damn, she's hot," and I'll look at my friend and be like, "Dude, like
Damn.
my genetics say that girl is good looking."
Yeah.
Are you
I
cool with
want to
that?
breed with her.
I would
My
like to breed with her.
my primitive mind says let's breed, but it's nothing extends to this point of assault.
I don't usually skip that far ahead. I don't think like I see a girl and I'm like I want to pound it, but I'm just like, holy shit, she's beautiful.
Yeah, no, for real. But
And
I
that's
mean,
guys will look at you when you're beautiful.
It's true.
Just like I get looked at by gay guys that want to fuck me.
No onions?
No onions. Oh yeah, no onions. Yeah,
No
there's
onions.
no onions on this bitch.
No onions.
No.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the Afro Matt podcast. This has been a good, solid.
Thank you, ladies
podcast.
and gentlemen, for listening to the Afro Nick with my guest, Matt Holcuck. Matthew, fill up his whole ass. Whole cum.
Matt Phillips, his whole ass with whole cum. Great.
Yeah, that's it. Should we do? I think we should do like a little bit for an exit. We didn't do the bum movie time.
We don't need to do a movie time.
Okay, movie time. You have 1 minute, and then we're leaving.
Okay.
Movie
time to finish.
Movie time. You are a Bulbasaur, and they are trying to eat you, and you are trying to prove that you are a sentient being. And you're about to evolve. You're one level away from evolving into Ivysaur.
So I need some more experience, right?
Yeah.
All right. Step 1.
Because you can't defend yourself right now. You're a shitty starter.
Step 1.
Oh my god. What
I
happened
realized.
to my socks right now?
Holy shit.
That just happened.
Step 1, I'm a Bulbasaur. Level 1, evolving. About to evolve. I need experience. I'm sexually frustrated. I
Yeah.
walk into a spa.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good that.